2008, while everyone was losing, one man understood the system. In 2008, as the global economy collapsed, millions of people realized they had made the biggest mistake of their lives. But it was too late. Homes were lost. Jobs were lost. Futures were quietly disappearing. And in the middle of all this chaos, one man was moving in the opposite direction. His name, Michael Burry. But this story isn't just about the money one man made. This story is about someone who understood how the system really works. In the early 2000s, everything in America looked perfect. Housing prices kept rising. Banks were giving out loans to everyone. No income? Not a problem. No job? Still not a problem. Because the system had only one rule: give out more loans. Banks took these loans and bundled them together. Then they sold these bundles to investors, and they called these investments safe. But the truth was this: a large portion of these loans would never be repaid. Everyone ignored it because the market was going up, and in a rising market, no one asked questions. But Burry did. He didn't look at the surface like everyone else. He went into the data. He analyzed the loans one by one, and he realized something. This system was going to collapse, but there was one problem. No one believed him, because at that moment, everyone was making money. Banks were making money. Investors were making money. The housing market was booming, and the system kept whispering, everything is fine. But Burry didn't believe it, and then he did something very few people would dare to do. He bet against the system. He went to the banks and said, this system is going to collapse, and he took a position against it. Meaning while everyone was investing in the rise, he was investing in the crash. Months passed. Nothing happened. The market kept going up, and people laughed at him. His investors panicked. They wanted their money back. They pressured him, because what he was doing looked irrational. But the truth is this: in this system, what seems logical is often wrong. And then 2008 came. Everything happened very fast. Housing prices started to fall. Loans were not repaid. Banks began to lose money. And the domino effect began. One bank collapsed. Then another. Then another. The market crashed. Billions of dollars simply disappeared. But in the middle of all this chaos, Burry was winning. Because he didn't think like everyone else. He didn't look at what the system was saying. He looked at what the system was hiding. And that difference made him hundreds of millions. But this is not the most important part of the story. The most important part is this: this crisis was not a mistake. This crisis was inevitable. Because the system was built on risk. And risk always breaks somewhere. But not everyone loses. In this system, some people lose, and some people win. And the winners are not always the strongest. They're not always the smartest either. The winners are the ones who have the courage to see the truth. Because in the world of finance, the greatest danger is not collapse. The real danger is when everything looks fine. And maybe the most disturbing truth is this: the next crisis may have already begun. But most people won't realize it, just like in 2008.